Good morning, my dear students. How are you doing? That's so great, and welcome to the world of Indian sociology. Today we will be dealing with four major concepts of sociology in India, and the first one being the caste system in India, the second one the tribal system in India, then the Indian system of clan and the Indian system of crowd. Of course, the first one being the caste system. What do we mean by the caste system? Sumalakshmi, can you tell me what is caste? Okay, I will take that point. It is endogamous in nature, and also you can find a number of rules and regulations related to caste system. And the Indian social order, the Hindu social organization is based on caste system. Now we can go for an understanding, the etymological understanding of caste in India. The term caste has been derived from the Spanish word casta, which means breed or lineage, and the Sanskrit word varna. Varna stands for caste, and varna refers to the skin color of a person. We know very well that Indian society is a highly stratified society which is based on the Chatur Varnya system. What do we mean by Chatur Varnya system? Sebastian, have any idea about it? Okay, the Indian society is based on four prominent varnas. Can you let me know what are the four varnas? Yeah, the Brahmanas, the Kshatriyas who are Kshatra, who are supposed to be the warrior caste. Then the Vaishya, the mercantile, and the Shudra community. That is a broad subdivision of Indian society who are divided into four. And that is repeated in the last point, that the entire social organization of India is divided into Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Shudras. That is how Indian society is being bifurcated. And see the number of castes in India, 2,800 castes and subcastes with all their peculiarities, and the caste system originated in that fourfold classification which later got bifurcated, dissected, disseminated into 2,800 caste groups. That's the total number. Now we can go for a scientific definition of caste. Many of you attempted to understand the concept of caste, and a British scholar, ethnographer, Sir Herbert Risley, has defined caste. Please go through that definition. It is a collection of families bearing a common name, claiming a common descent from a mythical ancestor, professing to follow the same hereditary calling, and regarded by those who are competent, that is sociologists themselves, to give an opinion as constituting or forming a single homogeneous community. Let's make a fast snapshot of this definition. That's the first thing. That is a collection of families. Many families are brought together into a single caste group. That's the first thing. Second one, there is a common name. We have different caste groups in Kerala society. The Nair community, the Nambudiri community, okay, and many other subgroups of the same. Then again, claiming a common descent from a mythical ancestor. We know Parashurama or many other mythical ancestors from whom they claim a common descent. What is descent? What do you mean by the term descent? Anjana, can you tell me what is descent? Yeah, some sort of lineage, some line of heredity that is being traced from one generation to another, and that is what is referred to as descent. And finally, they profess to follow the same hereditary calling. What is that? What is this hereditary calling? Gayatri, can you let me know what is this hereditary calling? Any idea? Maybe an occupation. Is it? Maybe an occupation. Imagine there may be different people. There may be barbers, there may be masons, there may be stone cutters, there may be shoe polishers, there may be there may be dhobis doing different jobs. And that is what is referred to as their hereditary calling, and regarded by those who are competent to give an opinion as constituting a single homogeneous community. What is homogeneity? What do you mean by the term homogeneity? They have similar forms. They do the same occupation. They wear more or less the same type of dress. Their food habits is similar. Their approach, their social status is supposed to be similar. So that is what is referred to as homogeneity, and they constitute a single homogeneous community. We are moving on to the next slide, other definitions. We can go through them. According to C.H. Cooley, when a class becomes hereditary, is carried over for a period of time, it becomes a caste. According to M.N. Srinivas, one of the leading founders of Indian sociology, caste is a segmentary system. You are dividing the entire Indian social organization into different segments. Again, every caste is divided into subcastes, and within the subcaste, already she spoke about endogamy. What is endogamy basically? And what is caste endogamy? Zara? Yeah, members of a particular caste group marry within that particular caste. They never marry outside that caste. That is caste endogamy. There is not only caste endogamy in India, but there is something known as subcaste endogamy, which means within a caste group, there are a number of subcastes, and they also try to marry within that subcaste category. That is what is referred to as caste endogamy and as subcaste endogamy. That's the whole thing. So they follow the endogamous rules of marriage, a common occupation which we stated already, and their social and ritual life are embedded by a common culture, and they have an authoritative body. Have you heard of the caste panchayats? Yeah, what is a caste panchayat basically? Can anyone of you tell me what is Safa, what is caste panchayat? Do you have any idea? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, a group of elders, right? And they may be deciding the rules and regulations of that particular caste. And in India, the urban areas are relatively free from caste panchayats, and you can find an endemicity of caste panchayats in the rural areas of India. That is how caste panchayats are being constituted. So in that way, they have a characteristic. Now we deal with the characteristic features. That will be our last area that we will be discussing today. That is the characteristic features of the caste system. Number one, very similar to the definition of M.N. Srinivas, segmental division of society. Indian society is divided into different segments, nothing more to say. And membership is exclusively based on, see the second line, based on birth. And mobility is impossible. That's the point. Once you are born into a caste group, you are forever belonging to that caste group. You cannot actually change your caste identity. But this was possible when Varna system existed. Varna identity could have been changed. But unfortunately, caste identity cannot be changed. Moving on to the second characteristic of caste. Now we'll make a fast recap. Hierarchy. What is hierarchy basically? Can anyone tell me what is hierarchy? Krupa, what is hierarchy? It's an arrangement based on superiority and inferiority. Correct. It's an arrangement of people based on the notions of superiority and inferiority. So some people occupy the topmost position, and the ladder shall come down between superior and inferior, and on that basis their social privileges are also decided, and that is hierarchy. To the next one, now we can move our slides. Moving on, restrictions on food habits. There is pakka food and kacha food. Pakka is a food that is taken by or consumed by people belonging to upper caste groups, and kacha is consumed by people belonging to lower caste group. And even the medium of cooking, see, the medium of cooking also would be different. Pakka food will be prepared in ghee, whereas kacha would be prepared in other mediums which may be unacceptable to people belonging to other caste groups. Moving on to the next one, on social relations. Two basic ideas dominate in Indian society. One is the notion of pollution. What is pollution basically? Siddharth, can you tell me what is pollution?
It's an untouchability.
Yeah, that means purity and pollution. The concept of Louis Dumont. Okay, some people are considered to be ritually pure, and some other people are considered to be impure, which means if I am pure, I am supposed to be polluted by the presence of an impure person. And if that person is pure and if I am impure, I can actually pollute that person. The other way around. Alright. So that is the concept of purity and pollution, on the basis of which the practice of untouchability, which Mahatma Gandhi designated as the greatest evil a man can commit on another man, had emerged in India, where many places in India practiced this social stigma, I would say, that is untouchability, which was a restriction on the social relations of individuals. Moving on to the next one, we have differential civil and religious and privileges and disabilities. Some communities enjoy a lot of privileges. We know very well the Brahmins, they were given free land, tax-free land. Okay, I've heard of Agraharas where Tamil Brahmins used to live together. It was tax-free land. They were given number of privileges. They were given dakshina. Okay, and that dakshina too was enormous, was added to their riches, whereas there were lower communities who were denied of all privileges. They never enjoyed, they never owned even a single piece, a single tract of land, and many of them led a miserable life. So some people had a lot of privileges and less disabilities or no disabilities, and some people had enjoyed a number of disabilities and rare number of privileges. This is another characteristic feature of the caste system in India to be noted. Moving on, again, your occupational choice is limited. If your father is a barber, even if you have potential to become a scientist, you cannot. You are supposed to become a barber. That's it. If your father is a carpenter or a potter or a blacksmith, you are also supposed to become a blacksmith, a potter or a carpenter. You don't have any other choice other than your family occupation that you chose. That is the basic difference that you had, that occupational choice was restricted in the caste hierarchy in India. That is another important characteristic of caste system. Of course, this is an area that may make many of you unhappy, of course. That is a restriction on marriage. Caste system seriously included a number of restrictions on marital relationships. These are the basic characteristics of caste system, and I hope it is well understood for all of you. And now you can go for a clarification. If you have any question, you can make a clarification. Any question? Is it clear for all of you? Is that idea properly understood?